Oraxia, let's go. I do believe the queen has fallen, and in this video you will see why I say that. This frame is so much fun, and there's timestamps in the video if you want to skip right to the build, but trust me, these clips with Oraxia's fourth ability, just insane. I do stream on Twitch almost every single day, and we do giveaways for the new frames, formas, anything in the market, pretty much anything like that. We also have a community Discord if you want to join, link in the description. Shameless plug over. Please enjoy the video and drop a comment explaining what you enjoyed. Peace. Okay. Let's talk about Oraxia real quick. We'll go over shards real quick just because they're already here. We got 2 toxin DOTs. We got 1 status for corrosive, so we get the 13 stacks for the armor strip, and we have 2 parkour speed. These are flex. You can switch them to what you want. Our mods. We went for Summoner's Wrath over anything else just because we do cast our 3 quite a bit. We do like to get those spiders. It's more toxin. It helps out our Aki core sometimes when things get a little tough. Archon continuity, because when we cast our 3, we do get the toxin, and that does stack the corrosive on it. Okay. We went for Ice Spring because we wanted the parkour speed. This is flex. You can put whatever you want here. Narrow-minded, we wanted as much duration as possible, so our 4 can last extremely long. Blind Rage, obviously more power strength. Augur Secrets, power strength. This is flex as well. Equilibrium, more energy. Prime Flow, more energy. Precision Intensified to boost the actual toxin effects that our 4 gets. Our passive, we get to pretty much be in Infinity Invisible. However, this is like not ideal. Like you don't really be latching onto walls. You latch onto the ground quite a bit, but not onto walls. However, if you do get into a sticky situation, it's no problem. Cast this onto a wall. Nourish. This is our subsume slot. The one is kind of bad. I think it needs a buff, but here we are. This helps us with our energy income. This gives us our nourish for our Octocore to actually do the damage we want it to. Our 2, this is our CC. You can kind of throw this down on Exos. That's what I was doing, or in and around Exos, just to stop the enemies from coming in. It'll also help you if you're running a Fisher, because then all the enemies get bunched up and you can turn them all into corrupted so you get more reactant. Our 3, this is very, 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 very good. We use this to basically just have more CC. Enemies will be shooting at your spiders instead of you. They also proc toxin. The toxin buildup on enemies that will eventually make your Octocore even stronger. And D4, which is completely busted and an incredible amount of fun. 125% extra toxin damage on your ranged weapons. Cannot use your melee in your 4. Every time you press your dodge button, you will web. If you want an exact replication, this would be identical to Marvel Rivals Spider-Man, and the movement tech you would do on that. The drain is not bad. You're pretty much always killing. It's not a huge deal. The wall latch extra damage is kind of useless. We don't use that at all. And for our arcanes, we went for precision and velocity, kind of basic. You'll be noticing a couple of similarities in the fact that this looks pretty identical to the Saryn build. That is because this, in my opinion, is the Saryn killer, potentially. Precision, when you get a headshot with your Octocore, you will get 300% damage for 18 seconds. This is non-refreshable, so when 18 seconds runs out, you will have to proc it again. It won't just constantly re-proc. Velocity, you get the 120% fire rate to your pistols. This can be refreshed, and it can be on a constant always up. So just make sure you're always hitting headshots. You'll activate precision and make sure you're getting critical hits. The Octocore does that just fine. Alright, next we will talk about our primary. Our primary is our Acolyte Killer. We don't use it for anything else. Pretty basic build, just all base damage with primary blade to get the extra crit damage and multi-shot so that we can shred the Acolyte down really, really quick. You can 2 to 3 tap them, and if you're in a full squad, it might take like 10 bullets from your Incarnate. This is my favorite Acolyte Killer, but you can use any Acolyte Killer that you'd like. Another good in slot is Miter or Torrid Incarnate, but don't use the Incarnate form. Real quick, I'll show you the Incarnates for the later on. Our secondary, the Octocore. Absolutely incredible. What a weapon. Okay, we're running Corrosive. The reason we're running Corrosive is because we're not spamming our 3 to get all these stacks of Corrosive. We're just going to run Corrosive on our Octocore. We run Magnetic Might so we get the more of a strip on the Thorax. We're running Pistol Elementalist because we just have an extra slot. And more status damage means our Toxin is doing more damage. Everything else is pretty basic. The mandatory mod, Sentient Surge. This is pretty self-explanatory. You're going to want to run Pathogen rounds over something like, let's say, Pistol Pestilence, because the Toxin you mod on your weapons will benefit your 4, meaning higher Toxin, better Toxin DOTs with your 4, which is incredible. Running Fortifier, this is a second layer of survivability. It carries, but it doesn't hard carry Oraxia like it does on Saryn. It is good, but it's basically it's our last resort here. Kratos, this thing is basically just for movement. We don't use it for anything else. Gonna be upfront with you guys. This is not something I have ever used for damage for the most part. Now we'll talk about our companion. Our companion is Hubro. Basically what you want is Reinforced Bond. You want Synth Deconstruct, and you want Tenacious Bond. Everything else is up to you. Of course, you run Fetch, but this is a pretty standard build. You can run stock. I mean, you will pretty much always be shooting, so this is a flex slot as well as everything else is. The main things are you run Reinforced Bond and Synth Deconstruct and Tenacious Bond for that 1.2 final crit multiplier. To get that 1.2 crit multiplier, you're going to want to run Bite on your Purest Claws or whatever companion you decide to run on those claws. Now for the fashion. This is Foog's fashion. If you guys don't know Foog, go drop him a follow on Twitch. He is a W-mans, okay? This is going to be his fashion for Oraxia. We'll do a little spin real quick for you. And then we'll check out the attachments. Check out the side Nana. And there you guys go. Alright. If you guys made it to the end of the video, man, I appreciate you guys an incredible amount. We just got done with the subathon, and I could not be more thankful for every single one of you guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a sub, do what you gotta do. I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers, peace and love.